It's 9:03 on Tuesday, May 12th, 2020. This is the full county board meeting for Iroquois County.
WAND-TV.
Clerk, will call the roll, please.
Alt. Charlie Alt.
You need to unmute your phones to speak now.
Charlie Alt.
Hello?
This is roll call.
Yeah, I know, they just said here 3 times now.
Okay. I think when people are joining the meeting, it makes us cut out, so I've got you down. Roger Bard. Roger Bard.
Conference muted. Conference unmuted.
Roger Bard.
Roger is right here next to me, but he can't get through to talk.
Okay, so I'm putting him down as here. Lyle Behrens. Kevin Bowman. Yeah. Okay. Paul Bowers. Thank you. Kevin Kokenauer.
Present.
Okay. Donna Crow.
Present.
Ernie Curtis. Leanne Doobie.
Here.
Paul Ducott.
Here.
Steve Hughes.
Here.
Johnson.
Here.
McGinnis.
Here.
McTaggart.
Here.
Awful.
Here.
Sure.
Here.
Sticknot.
Here.
Whitlow.
Here.
Young.
Here.
Zumwalt.
Zumwalt present.
There are 19 members present, 1 absent.
Okay, we're gonna begin the meeting this morning with a prayer. Mrs. Awful, would you introduce the
Chairman,
pastor?
you're not coming through. Jill, mute the lines, except for those that need to be unmuted.
Got it.
Try again, Mr. Chairman.
We're gonna begin this morning with a prayer. Mrs. Awful, would you please introduce the pastor?
Good morning. Pastor Ryan from Trinity Church will start us off in prayer. Conference unmuted.
Thank you, Mark. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
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 Okay, super. Thank you. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, I thank you for this team. I thank you for the wisdom you've given to each one of them. I thank you for their service to our communities. I pray that you would be here with us this morning and lead and guide. I want to thank you that you have provided for so many. Lord, you've provided forgiveness through your Son, Jesus Christ, on the cross. Lord, you have provided abilities to work and to help one another. I pray that you would give wisdom here this morning, that decisions that are made that concern people's physical well-being and spiritual well-being and emotional well-being, lead us and guide us. We acknowledge our need for you here today. We thank you in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Amen.
Okay.
Name announced off.
Okay, our next item on the agenda is approving the agenda. I believe Mrs. Awful is interested in making an amendment. Would you please make your motion to do so, Mrs. Awful?
You were heard.
Mrs. Awful, did you wish to make a motion to amend the agenda?
Only half your sentence to
Yeah.
through.
Can you hear me?
Yes. State your motion.
That didn't come through, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, I did. Can you hear me?
No, we did not hear the motion.
I can hear you.
Yes, I made the motion for the amendment to change the discussion on, the plan for opening airport County. Hello?
Where do you wanna move to?
I do.
Jill, how many other lines are currently unmuted?
Hello?
Yeah,
Can you
where
mute
do you
any?
want to, where do you wanna
All
move that
open?
to?
Okay,
No, they're all muted.
Well, that's the first discussion, I guess. Number 8.
Okay, right after number 8. Everybody understand the motion?
that wasn't heard, Mr. Chairman. Try again.
No, does everyone understand the motion? The motion is to move the discussion on the COVID crisis, item number 15 up to.
Chairman,
become
only half
item
your
number
sentence came
9,
through.
right after the presentation on the audit.
This is Lyle, I'll second the motion.
If there's no further discussion, everybody say it in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign.
That wasn't heard, Mr.
The
Chairman.
motion carries. Okay, we have a motion to approve the amended agenda.
I so move. This is Charlie Hall.
Thank you, Charlie. Is there a second, please? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The motion is approved. Next is approving the minutes from the April 14th, 2020 recess session. Is there a motion to approve those minutes?
Jill, did you mute all the lines?
They're all muted right now, they have to unmute to, speak.
Okay.
You have to unmute your phone in order to speak. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from the April 14th, 2020 recess session?
This is Lyle, Aaron. I move to approve.
Is there a second?
I'll second it, Mike McTaggart.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. That motion passes. Next is approving the payroll. Is there a motion to approve the payroll? Thank you, Jed. Is there a second?
I'll second Mike McTaggart.
Thank you, Michael. If there's no further discussion, the clerk will call the roll, please.
Roger Bard,
Yeah.
Lyle Behrens,
Yes.
Bowman, Kevin Bowman,
Conference muted. Conference unmuted.
Kevin Bowman,
Yes.
Paul Bowers,
Yes.
Kokenauer,
Here.
Crow,
Yes.
Doobie,
Yes.
Ducott,
Yes.
Hughes,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
McGinnis,
Yes.
McTaggart,
Yes.
Awful, Barb Awful,
Yes.
Sure,
Yes.
Sticknot,
Yes. Yes.
Whitlow,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Yes.
and Alt.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Motion carried 19-0.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is public comments. I'm gonna begin by reading a public comment that was emailed into the county board office, which was one of the things that we suggested be done. It's from a person by the name of Eric Parmenter. It says, please put a plan into place to reopen our county ASAP. There is no reason to not reopen. People are traveling to Kankakee or Indiana. Stores are packed and people from Iroquois County are some of them. People must be trusted to use common sense, take precautions, and deal with the virus if it is contracted. Enough is enough. Thank you for representing the people of Iroquois County. If there's any further public comments, I'd like to limit it to 2 people to speak in favor of the opening the county and 2 people against. I'd also like to limit the public comments to members of the public. County board members will have an opportunity to make their comments.
Happy to speak. Can you hear me okay?
Just want to remind everyone, if you're not speaking, to mute your phones, please.
I can hear you, Ryan.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to say I'm very thankful for the precautions that folks have taken to help flatten the curve. I think we learned a lot in this time about social distancing, how to make masks, all sorts of things. Personally, I'm seeing some other issues, spiritually, emotionally. I'm seeing additional people entering into counseling for suicidal thoughts, being cooped up, not having social interaction also takes a toll. And so, along with you, I agree with those who are suffering from COVID. I have concerns that we should continue to be careful, but I think there are also repercussions for not opening up. So I would be strongly in favor of opening up with a solid plan that moves forward, taking people's health into consideration, but also considering some very negative impacts of remaining closed.
Okay, thank you. Do we have any other public comments?
That was not heard, Mr. Chairman. Chairman, they didn't hear you.
Are there any other public comments?
Check somebody, make sure you're hearing you.
Is there anyone else from the public wishing to comment this morning?
Who you said, that you. Get over here.
That's somebody talking to their dog.
Hello, this is Tom Pierce. I'll comment if nobody else wants to.
Tom Pierce.
Hello?
Yes, sir, go ahead.
I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, hi, my name's Tom Pierce. I'm from over in Crescent City. And I've been following the COVID-19 since late December when it first started to come about in China. So I've not only been following what is seen on the media, but I've done my own research. Part of what we need to keep in mind is that our government is not making decisions based on real-time data. It's current data. They're still basing off of models that are inaccurate, incomplete, and we need, in my opinion, to open things up up at 25% will do no better than opening up at 75%. You know, it's just, we need to get things open, we need to get our economy back. People need to develop immunity to this. There will be no vaccines, we can't wait for that. We need to take things, if our governor's not going to do it, we need to take things into our own hands. We're responsible adults, and I think that we can do this without creating mass hysteria and terrible situations. So that's my opinion. Thank you.
Okay, that's two people in favor of opening. Is there anyone in favor that wishes to comment this morning on the other side? Is there anyone else wishing to comment this morning? Okay, hearing none, we're gonna move on with the agenda. We'll forego the chairman comments and move on into the discussion and action on the fiscal year 2019 audit. Hope Wheeler with Clifton Larson Allen is gonna make that presentation, so we're gonna turn the meeting over to Hope at this time.
Jill, mute others that don't need to be on right now, if you can.
Hey, this is Hope Wheeler. John, can you confirm you can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you here, Hope.
We can hear you. Okay, thank you. You were delivered, I think yesterday, draft of the audit report. There were four documents attached to the email. One was a draft of the auditor's financial statement. There was also a governance communication letter that we are required to issue, and then an internal control communication letter with our recommendations. I put together also a board presentation document. That audited financial statement report is 75 pages long, so I didn't want to go through that page by page. So I also put together a PDF with summarizing those three reports. So I am going to go through that. I can hear about feedback, so hopefully you guys can hear me okay. So jumping into the presentation, the audit process includes us using a risk-based approach to determine what areas we're going to test and how we're going to test those. We can't test every transaction. So we use a risk-based approach to decide what to focus on and what samples and things like that. I listed in the presentation on page 5 of the presentation different focus areas. Cash and investments, your major assets are an area we focus on. Accounts receivable and your revenues, your pension liability, and your financial flows and reporting process. Then also internal controls over your payroll process and the rest of your general disbursement processes. Then, as a part of our engagement, our responsibility is to issue an opinion on your overall financial statements. And in the draft, we expect to issue a clean, unmodified opinion with no modifications to our opinion. To touch on some financial highlights, like I said, there's a lot of numbers in there, so I'm not going to go through each page, but just some high-level numbers. In your financial statements, your statement of net position is on a full accrual basis of accounting. Your total assets and deferred outflows of resources. This is as of your November 30th, 2019 fiscal year end. Your total assets at the end of the fiscal year were approximately $73 million. That's compared to $75 million last year. That includes $47 million of capital assets, net of depreciation. Your liabilities and deferred inflows total $8.5 million at the end of fiscal year 19. That's compared to $9 million last year. So the net difference between those assets and liabilities is your net position, which is approximately $65 million at November 30, 2019. Now, just to remind you, $47 million of that $65 million is tied up in your net investment in your capital assets, your infrastructure. Your statement of activities, profit and loss statement for the year on a full accrual basis. The maintenance decrease of $2 million is pretty comparable to last year's. Then, additionally, in your financing statement, as a government, you're required to show modified accrual financial statements. Your major funds that we have to calculate and show separately are in the general fund, county motor fuel tax fund, IMRS fund, county highway fund, and the Iroquois County Public Health Department fund. So those are shown separately. I'm not going to go through each number I listed in my presentation, but you'll see there I know that, excuse me. Each of those funds, major funds, have a positive fund balance at the end of fiscal year 2019. All the rest of your funds, governmental funds are grouped together in other governmental funds total, and that has a positive fund balance also. And then on page 9 of the presentation, I also report the net income or loss of each of those major funds for the fiscal year. The general fund being one of the, the big funds, line muted, positive, line unmuted, fiscal year of approximately $200,000. So came out fairly close there. We also show in the statement an internal service fund. That's the group health insurance fund that serves all the other funds. That's a fund that's pretty much supposed to break even and came fairly close to the net loss for the year of $17,000. Then the financial statements also show some other funds, the Township Motor Fuel Tax Fund, that's shown as a trust fund, and some agency funds are holding for others, including the circuit clerk funding, the circuit clerk balances, the county clerk, recorder, and drainage districts. And then separately, you also show enterprise funds or business type funds, and that is your 911 fund and the county farm fund. Excuse me. On page 11 of the presentation, I just want to briefly touch on the governance communications letter. Here we want to share with you as the governing board certain things that came up in the audit process. So to hit some of the highlights of that letter, we didn't have any changes in the scope of the audit from the original engagement letter. There were no major new accounting policies required to be implemented or voluntarily implemented this fiscal year. No new government accounting standards this year. Want to discuss if there are significant estimates in your financial reporting process. The main estimate in your financial statements is your net pension liability. We gather data from IMRF and actuarial studies to determine that liability that goes in your financial statements, and we've been able to review that information and I'm comfortable with that estimate. But it is an estimate of the liability at the end of the fiscal year. We did not have any difficulties with the management team we worked with in completing the audit, and we didn't have disagreements. Lastly, I wanted to share there were several adjusting entries as part of the audit process. Part of them being the adjustments from your cash, from a cash basis, budgetary basis to modified accrual basis and full accrual basis, and then also some correcting entries, some of them related to the prior year adjustments and related to transfers primarily. Those adjustments are attached to the draft of the letter that you received. You can see all the adjusting entries that were proposed. And then we also had one minor adjustment that we passed on because that was small enough that it wasn't required to be adjusted. And that is attached to that letter also. Then I also wanted to touch on the internal control communication letter. I've listed the recommendations for the items we noted, starting on slide 12, the whole list, 13 and 14 of the presentation, but there are also the separate that are in that you were sent. Here, just to touch on those quickly, we know, as we're required to, that we prepared the financial statements and that we assisted with adjusting journal entries to get the financial statements to the modified accrual basis of the county and to make some corrections. Those adjustments in the financial statements have been through a review process through your finance department. The second page, page 13 of the presentation, we did note some lack of segregation of duties again related to the sheriff's office, including the commissary account. I think there have been some improvements in the control process there. Part of the issue is just documenting the controls that are put in place. we understand it's difficult with a small number of staff to get ideal segregation of duties, but if you continue to implement review processes and document those reviews, that'll help mitigate any risk in that area. If there's no documentation of a review, then really for accounting purposes, it's like there is no kind of internal control there. So just please document any review processes you do have. Then I already mentioned there were some incorrect journal entries related to prior year journal entries and transfers. Those triggered some issues on reconciling the bank statements. So looked through that with the team and just wanted to suggest some added controls over the posting of journal entries to make those are correct, make sure those are correct and accurate. There was a smaller balance this year of uncollateralized bank deposits at November 30th. State statute requires collateralization, so we just want to make sure you have an internal control to make sure at year end and throughout the year you're properly collateralized to cover your deposits. Then we noted one fairly small bank account that wasn't recorded on the general ledger, and that we just recommended any bank account that you have any control over or are responsible for, making sure they're running through your regular internal control process. In addition, on page 14 of the presentation, we noted a lack of policies and procedures over new vendors. This is just an area that we see as a risk for an inappropriate vendor being set up. We did not know that was the case, but we just noted that there isn't adequate policies and procedures over this. We recommend setting up policies and procedures to make sure any new vendor is properly approved. Then there were some grant allocations related to the public health fund that weren't completed on a timely basis. We recommend those get completed throughout the year on a timely basis, so the health fund does have the accurate information for their grant reporting purposes. And then I have a couple of repeats accidentally. So that's what I have there as far as recommendations go. The finance department did provide responses to each of those, and those are noted in the letter. And so I think in reading through those, there seems to be good responses that if those internal controls are implemented, that will be very good, and then any of these will be removed future years. Moving right along in the last few slides of the presentation, page 16, 17, and 18. If you don't have this in front of you and you look at it later and have a question, you can let me know. But here on these few pages, I just tried to do a 2 or 3 year comparison, a 3-year comparison of very high level your revenues and your expenditures. On the revenue page, we just show your major sources of revenue, being property taxes, intergovernmental revenues, so sales tax, income tax, etc. Charges for services, fines and fees, licenses and permits. And it shows 3-year comparison of those, with the green bar being 2019, your most recent year. Also fairly comparable, your property taxes have declined since 2017. And intergovernmental revenues, those are your 2 biggest sources. It's very comparable to prior 2 years, but down slightly in 2019. On the expenditure side, for your governmental funds, grouped into, again, very summarized high-level categories: general governmental expenses, health and sanitation, public safety and justice, transportation and highway, and capital outlay. The green bar is 2019, so you can see the general government expenses are down compared to 2017 and pretty comparable to 2018. Health and sanitation has stayed fairly flat. And then on the large expenditures, public safety and justice, that's up from the year 2017 fiscal year, but very comparable to 2018 expenditure-wise. Transportation and highway swings from year to year, so that one is very up and down, and it is down in 2019 compared to 2018, but comparable to 2017. And then on page 18, we show the fund balance compared to the prior 3 years for each of your major funds. So you can just see if that fund balance is decreasing or increasing or staying flat over the 4-year period. And so you know what your fund balance is that's remaining at the end of the fiscal year. to keep it very high level. That is all I had to report to you today.
Are there any questions for Hope?
Motion to accept. Motion to accept.
Okay, if there are no questions regarding the audit, we need a motion to accept it. Is there someone care to make that motion?
Barb Awful, so moved.
Thank you, Barb. Is there a second?
Yeah, we'll second.
Thank you, Jed. I guess we'll call a roll for that one.
Okay. Lyle Behrens,
Lyle Barron.
this is roll call for accepting the audit report. Lyle Behrens. Kevin Bowman,
Yes.
Paul Bowers,
Yes.
Kokenauer,
Yes.
Crow, okay, Crow,
Yes.
Doobie,
Yes.
Ducott,
Yes.
Steve Hughes,
Yes.
Sherry Johnson, McGinnis,
Chad McGinnis. Yes.
McTaggart,
Yes.
Awful,
Yes.
Sure,
Yes?
Sticknot, Marvin Sticknot,
Yes.
Whitlow, Jed Whitlow,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Zumwalt,
Lisa, this is Lyle, my phone's been out, I'm to answer. I know the,
thank you. John Zumwalt,
yes.
okay. Alt,
Yes.
Bard, Roger Bard, Roger, can you hear me?
You're coming through.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, thank you. Motion carried. 19-0.
Okay, next we'll move on to discussion and action on formulating a plan for opening Iroquois County in regard to the COVID crisis.
Hopefully,
So I guess one of the ways we can do this is to begin a discussion and give each board member 2 minutes to state their views on the matter. We'll begin with Charlie All.
Move in first.
Yes, sir.
Charlie, I'll do my comments first.
You have 2 minutes.
I think, I feel that, we should be operate in a very cautious manner. I do not believe we have reached our peak in this of the peak of the cases involved in this. Our county
hasn't reached the peak yet, will you say it dropped off, in my estimation, from what information I have. And, I do think we should approach the governor and suggest that he amend his program he set up for us at this time, that, it should be amended, some of the things that are too restrictive in it, and, we shouldn't wait until first of May to do that, we should do it right away. Perhaps a committee should be set up to, go to him and guide him in what we need to do now, and also return to his office before the next wave of things are put upon us, and suggest that we can get closer to opening our county, and the goal is to open our county when it's not very safe for the people in the county, health-wise. Okay, thank you, Charlie. Roger's next.
Yes.
Roger Bard, you have 2 minutes.
Yes, Roger Bard here. I feel we need to open the county, however, with certain protocols, regulations, and we still need restrictions. Now, this morning I heard we had 99 cases. However, the last I heard, at least about a third of those was in one nursing home. So that takes quite a few right off the table right there. So we need to go forward and open the county, and like I say, there has to be certain protocols, regulations, and restrictions in place. They will have to be followed explicitly. We, of course, can't send out the police to arrest someone, but one would hope that everyone would follow these rules and regulations. People are getting anxious, they are getting unhappy, and we have people that, of course, not making any money. We have tax time coming up. So my feeling is that we should open it and possibly set up a committee to come up with protocols, and rules, and regulations. Thank you very much.
Okay, next is Lyle Behrens. You have 2 minutes.
Okay, I agree we should be moving forward to opening up, and a big part of that is going to be we need to look at our county statutes that may be restricting people and curbing them when it comes time to open up. There are some that we can waive that will take the burden off of some of these businesses that have been closed. We do need to be careful not to tell people that they can just open up if it's a violation of the governor's order, because he has stated that he might pull the state licenses of those people, and we don't want to encourage them to have that happen. So we do need to watch and be careful of that. But other than that, we need to, the health department has their own protocols for such situations that are already in place. So we just need to look at what the county can do to make it, to ease the burden on the businesses as they reopen. That's all I got.
Kevin Bowman, you're next. 2 minutes. Kevin Bowman? Kevin Bowman, do you wish to make any comment?
hours.
Okay, we'll go on to Paul Bauer.
Can you hear me, John?
I can hear you now.
John?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Can you hear me, Don?
Oh, I can hear you.
Okay, I guess I'm under, opinion that, we need to open this county up as soon as possible. You know, a lot of these people have gone 3 months without a paycheck, and it's really comes to, a lot of people going bankrupt, we need to get daycare open. I don't know if we can afford to wait till the 27th, like the resolution says. I guess I have a lot of questions for the state attorney. If a business does open and allow so many people in, they want to take their signature or however they want to let them in, and they can make their business survive. I think we ought to open it up immediately. And I don't think that we should stand back and wait for more rules. This and that, I understand that we have to have some, but most people, if they use common sense, will be all right. You know, we looked at the agricultural business, it seems to survive very well, but they set up a door where you can go and get your parts or whatever. I don't see the problem with that. I don't know why we have to wait till the 27th or whenever somebody comes up with a plan and we just can't open this up. But I think we need to open it up as soon as possible. We're gonna have so many bankruptcies in nearby counties. So I guess I'm in favor of just opening it up ASAP. Tomorrow would not be a great time. That's all.
All right, thank you, Kevin. We'll go to Paul Bowers. Paul, you have 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm a person over 60. I'm over the shelter in place, but I was 20 years younger and had to support a family, children, and a mortgage and a car payment. I'd rather go back to work. So I'm all for going back to work for everybody. Thank you.
Okay. Kevin Kokenauer, you're next.
Yeah, Kevin Kokenauer here, John. I definitely agree we should move forward with this sooner than better. I have full confidence in our health department in moving forward. They're the ones that's going to get all the burden and make all the decisions of whether everyone's doing things legally and keeping everyone safe. I think the social distancing needs to be left up to your own personal decision. You know, if you feel sick, don't go into an establishment. I think it should be left up to your own personal person. And on the Exhibit A, on back to business, I think we ought to definitely go right to phase 2 for a recommendation. I don't know if everyone has that in front of them, but actually the original back to business was supposed to start May 8th, according to this release. May 8th of 2020 for some of the guidelines stuff below. And they actually started with phase 1. I think we ought to go right to phase 2. That's what I have to say, John. Thank you.
Okay. Donna Crowe, you're next. Donna Crowe?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I agree. I'm in favor of making a plan, not opening the doors, not throwing open the doors. I'm in favor of beginning the process of writing a plan to do a slow opening with protocols in place and some restrictions, and gradually move into that.
Okay, thank you, Donna.
The end of my statement, John.
Thank you. Leanne Doobie, you're next.
Thank you, Ben. I think we do need to come up with a plan, right away. And we need to obviously be, thoughtful, and it needs to be gradual. Certainly I'm in favor of what, to use the, better, get back to business plan. And I also think that we can start there, tweak it some. Obviously, the health department needs to be involved with that, but also to maybe get some input from those that are affected, business people in the various parts of that, and also like worship and those types of things. I know certainly I heard back from several of our community members that would be more than happy to assist with that. I think we need to do this sooner as opposed to later, make it living. And at the very least, I mean, we can debate, I guess, maybe how quick, maybe later, but let's get a plan, let's get it done ASAP, so we can get moving. Thank you.
Paul Ducat, you're up next.
Good morning, everyone. I want this place to open up as soon as possible with everyone. I want it done in a plan. I want safety. I want to think about everyone, not just individuals. But we definitely have to get opened up as soon as possible. Thank you.
Jerry Johnson, you're next.
First of all, this is just a very stressful time for all of us, any way that we look at it. We've come this far, and according to what I saw in the news this morning, we're looking possibly to move into the next phase of the governor's plan by the end of this month, so that does show a lot of progress. Other states that have opened up and found that they've had to start over because people did not follow rules. There wasn't social distancing, there weren't masks worn. It's difficult. They're tired of being cooped up, they're tired of having masks on. I get it. I feel very comfortable following the rules set forth currently, and I feel that we need to keep them in place. So we have our own local health department give us a thumbs up and a go ahead. I have full confidence that Dee and her crew will be working on that and to try to get us into the next phase. I've heard from many constituents on both sides, and I appreciate that input, but I'm still going to say that I have to stand with health and safety. Let's follow the guidelines that we have right now. Let's move forward to open up. Yes, let's do everything that we can to help. It's affecting all of us financially, mentally, socially, everything, but we've come this far. Let's not slide back down. Let's not start that whole upward trend again. Let's just keep going the way we're going and get every duck in a row.
Okay, Steve Hughes, you're next. Steve Hughes?
Is he on?
Steve Hughes?
You were
Jeff
heard.
McGinnis, will go to you.
He was heard.
Thank you, John, and members of the board. And first I want to say I think bad about the members of our county, the citizens that have reached out. I'm just excited to see how many have responded to us and given us their input. I echo Ms. Doobie that we need to partner with our stakeholders in the community to craft something that looks right. At the same time, we have examples to be following as South State Illinois is opening up now. We get to watch, see what happens, to see if the governor follows through on threats. Lee and Oakville County has came up with a plan that they are presenting to the governor, and they're presenting in a way to say, look, we have a plan, so let us open and follow our plan instead of the regional approach. session, about a county by county approach. So we need to come up with a plan as quickly as possible, but one that's safe. I believe in personal responsibility, and we have to be wise, we have to be prudent, and at the same time as we proceed with this, we have to make sure that we in the health department have the proper people, enough people, to support this, because the burden ultimately, I think, will fall on the local health department, and we have to make sure they are supported. They're doing great right now, but we just need to make sure that they continue to have the resources they need. And our citizens expect us to start leading. They expect us to show the state, to speak back to the state. And this ain't a pushback. This is trying to take ownership of our own community and let them know that we can do this. And so with that, I thank all board members for their thoughtful process on this. This is why we are here. This is what we are to be doing. And citizens, please keep educating us on your thoughts. We need to hear from you. Thank you, John. Thank you, members of the board.
Michael McTaggart, you're next, sir.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you, Michael.
Okay. I definitely support the opening. I can't go back up. There's a statement about moving right to phase 2 of the one that was outlined. I support that. I do need to get input from local business owners. I got a lot of feedback from restaurant owners and things like that in our community. And they have a unique perspective based on their knowledge and regulations and sanitation things that they follow every day. And I think we need to take their voices into consideration. I also want to remind everybody that the full pain of what we are going through right now has not been felt by any of us, quite frankly. The government PPP plan that includes the 2.5 months worth of money to pay their employees, that's still that money's still in the system right now. When that runs out, there's going to be businesses that have to make other decisions. Our county is also going to have to start making those decisions. We haven't taken any action yet, but if this lingers on and as long as it doesn't communicate, until yesterday when now that it's getting pressure, but if it lingers out into the middle of summer or end of the year, our county, starting next month, and I talked to John about this from a financial perspective already, our county is going to have to start making people cuts and taking action just like businesses are going to have to start taking action. They haven't already. And I think everybody needs to remember that yes, there's seriousness, we need to be thoughtful in how we do it, but the full effects of to the economy, to our local government, and all those things has not yet been felt. Just because it hasn't gone on long enough where the sales actually are coming through the system and so on and so forth. So I think we can move fast enough, and I am in favor of doing whatever we can. I think our businesses are smart and they can take on a lot of responsibility if they do every day with regard to food safety and making sure their customers are okay, and this is no different. So thank you.
Barb Awful, you're next.
Yes, I am for a reopening with guidelines. I have been out there, Walmart, you name it, wherever you've gone to shop, and not everybody has common sense, or nor do they care. I've seen them in there without masks until they were forced to wear them. I just think that we need to trust our county health department with guidelines, and I'd like to see a committee put together to make a plan to reopen the county. And I agree we need to get this moving. And that's it.
Okay, I guess I'm up next. My feelings can be summed up by saying I would like to get back to normal as soon as possible, but I'm very much concerned that it be done legally, and then we have the authority to do it. The Edgar County watchdogs have rightfully pointed out to us in the past that there's something called Dillon's Law that says if it doesn't say you can do it, you can't do it. We're having a hard time finding where the counties have the right to do this. It really boils down to.
Yeah. You got all the way in?
It really boils down to pick and choose.
Oh,
You pick which laws you want to obey and which ones you don't. I don't think that's the right way to go about it. So I do think we need to put something together. It needs to be done right, and it needs to follow the authorities that have been given to us as a county board. That's basically my feelings. Marvin Sticknot, you're next. Marvin Sticknot. Jed Whitlow, we'll go to you. Jed Whitlow.
Can you hear me, John?
Yes, go ahead, Jed.
Yeah. Okay. Now, I've got some mixed feelings on this. I think I agree with you on the legality part. We need to keep things legal. We wouldn't want to stray away from that. We need the advice, legal advice on this matter for sure. But, you know, people in the county are hurting, and I think that we could open up with certain common sense restrictions that we would agree to the board along with it. Along with the Iroquois County Health Department, they need to naturally be involved, have a big say in that, the biggest say actually. Seems like the highest concentration of all the viruses appears to be, in confined areas like nursing homes, et cetera. That's where our biggest number pops up from, and this virus isn't going to go away anytime soon. It doesn't appear. There's no vaccine. There's probably not a vaccine in the immediate future. It doesn't look like either. So we need to get out there the best we can and open things up before we go completely broke in the county. Got a lot of people hurt. I understand that I believe in restrictions, and we need to do that as we see fit, as the ones they look at, like you said. And everybody needs common sense. We could probably open it up more, a little bit quicker than what some of the guidelines laid down by our governor. You've got a little bit too restrictive, I'm afraid, trying to compare us to bigger places like Chicago. That's my feeling. I received a lot of emails, numerous emails, too numerous to mention. I compiled that 90% of the emails are positive for reopening the county. So I was elected by the county, by people in our county, and it appears that's their feeling, and I have to support it. I'm supposed to be for the people, so I support the reopening with restrictions and keeping it legal, and consult with whoever we need to make it as safe as possible. Thank you.
Okay, next we'll have Joe Young. Joe Young?
Yes, John.
Do you care to make any comments?
Yeah. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I agree with you, show the county up as soon as possible. I've gotten a lot of emails, and they are in the budget at 90% for opening the county. I don't know if it's possible. I mean, obviously, if we could get a committee together and fast track this thing, work with the health department, businesses, the EMA, state attorney's office, and maybe some of these groups together on the committee and come up with a plan and get this thing moving. Bothers me to see the large pack full of people, and yet there are home improvement stores like department stores and things of this nature in our county that have to be closed. I don't want to drag this out any longer than we have to. There's a bunch of meetings, whatever it takes. If we need to meet every other day or whatever it takes. Let's get the county open. Let's do it the right way. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Joe. John Zumwalt, do you have any comments? John Zumwalt.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
I think we should reopen the county as soon as possible also. The governor is basically making decisions on Aaron Hall, I believe with Tom Price in that respect. And there, as a farmer, there are risks in anything that we do. I know personally firsthand about all the risks. But by staying closed, we will be doing more harm than good. I think we can trust the people of Iroquois County to do the right thing and protect each other. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, John. We'll go back to Steve Hughes. Steve Hughes, are you there?
Correct.
How about Marvin?
Can you hear me?
Steve?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Please. Do you have any comments about this?
Okay, the only comment that I have would be that, I would think that I agree with some of the other governors that it needs to be done in a legal fashion. And, the state's attorney for the county should review the whole thing to make sure that what was proposed that we're within the legal guidelines.
Okay, thank you, Steve. Marvin,
Okay.
Marvin Sticknock, do you have any comments?
Can you hear me, John?
Yes, we can now.
Okay, I've been like that before, but I'm very much in favor of opening up the county. I would caution that we need to be very careful. There have been threats that our funding will be withheld if we do this unilaterally. The health department has been informed that if they don't cooperate, that their grants will be pulled. So like I say, I'm very much in favor of this, but let's move forward as quickly as we can, but as safely as we can as far as our finances. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Marvin. Next, I'd like to invite our state's attorney to make some comments, if he would, please.
Let me go up there. Yeah, just get really close to the phone.
Good morning, everybody. I appreciate all the comments, and personally, I'm in favor of the county opening up as soon as possible also. I did yesterday receive this proposed resolution directing the county to plan on the proper, safe, and prudent way to open the county with the business plan that was proposed. And it seems very well, thoughtfully proposed and written. The problem is the county doesn't have the authority to order any business to open. There's no controls that allows the county board to order anyone, including the state's attorney or the public health department, the sheriff, or other agencies to do anything about this. Our hands are tied. Your hands are tied as a county board as to what you can lawfully do. So we can make recommendations, we can encourage our legislators and the governor to open us up sooner rather than later. But as far as a collective county board, we have no independent authority to have any action that can be imposed on any other local agency, government agency, to do anything. I mean, our health department is an independent agency, and they're independent of the county board, and our health department locally are going to take their orders from Springfield, like it or not. That's what they have to do. And if they don't, if they go rogue, then our local health department risks losing certification from the state of Illinois. And if they lose certification, they lose their grants, and quite frankly, we lose our local health department, and Springfield potentially could come into Iroquois County and run our health department issues. And that's not a result we want. So we can be encouraging, we can make requests, but really legally, there's nothing as a body county board can do to open up the businesses of Iroquois County. I wish we could, but it's just not in the laws to allow the county board to do those things. So this resolution is essentially legally meaningless. And so there's really nothing that can be done with this resolution to have any meaningful impact on local businesses opening up the way we want them to. I wish it could be different, but that's the way it is, and that's the way I see it.
Okay, thank you very much. I guess the next step would be, if we have anyone wishing to make a motion on how we should move forward or handle this matter.
Could I ask Jim a question?
Sure.
Has left.
Can you,
Go ahead.
Jim? Okay. Jim, I guess to your point, you basically said that there's nothing you can do to force a business to go, but that you can also not choose not to force business to close by the same definition. We turn blind eyes to laws all the time. There's a host of jaywalking laws that you haven't enforced or something, I'm sure, on the books somewhere along the line. Not because you're doing your job incorrectly, but just because there's thousands and thousands of laws that nobody even remembers. Something about tying a horse in front of a restaurant the wrong way or something. And how, I guess, as we've seen with many other counties, the sheriff and the state attorney have chosen to say that, look, we're not going to do this, and we're not going to enforce that. I guess, by your own definition, if I'm understanding correctly, there's nothing wrong or illegal about that either, correct? And therefore, for instance, North Tennessee County, as the sheriff has indicated, we could theoretically be asking you and our sheriff for a similar type of voice, if what you're saying is correct. Is that true?
Yeah, I certainly have my opinions of how to exercise my discretion, and I'll give you a hint. I'm very, very sympathetic to businesses doing the right thing, people using common sense and reopening. And so in the exercise of that discretion, we'll see how it goes. There's a lot of things I think the governor has overreached in his executive orders, but nonetheless, there's science behind what he's advocating. And he's not doing this unilaterally. I mean, there's a committee of very bright experts out there that are trying to do the right thing in all different types of aspects of government and business. And there's no one way of doing this the right way. There's a lot of different opinions about how this should go. And we all want to see things open up as soon as possible. And I'm in support of that very much so. So, I'm not going to publicly say I'm going to enforce this law or that law. I'm not going to pick and choose what I'm going to enforce. I took an oath to follow the law and to do my job in enforcing the law. And I'm not going to step back from that oath in doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But I also have a broad use of discretion as to how I apply that. And that's what I will continue to do.
And I think to that end, if I might add, I think that what the state's attorney is saying is that it's probably not in the county board's best interest to officially decide to go against the governor's order. I think there are better ways of doing that, and I think, if I'm not mistaken,
There are better ways. I guess that would be great to have some leadership on that. What is the best way for us to not do what the governor wants, but still get it done?
well, I think Lyle Barron's was interested in making a motion. I think Lyle Barron's is interested in making a motion to that effect, and so I'm gonna turn it over to him.
Mr. Chairman, yes, I have one question for Jim, Mr. Devine, if I may.
All right?
Jim, late yesterday, the Illinois Supreme Court denied the governor his emergency appeal, and it's being reported that he has withdrawn his appeals from 3 counties and taking them to federal court. How does that possibly change the game if the Illinois Supreme Court won't hear his case and it's now in the court of Brett Bailey's case that his executive orders are not legal? And that you may not have had time to look at it, so maybe it's more of a go take a look at it, but he's withdrawing and going to federal court now. So how does that affect?
I think what the governor was looking for was for the Supreme Court to agree that his executive orders were constitutional, and they declined to take that issue up. So that's essentially what they refused to do, is to give a proclamation that his executive orders are constitutional. They didn't do that, and they sent it back and refused to make basically a recommendation on a constitutional issue. It didn't get vetted through the court system like these things are supposed to in order for them to make a valid decision. I mean, the Illinois Supreme Court and the U.S. Supreme Court are not supposed to be giving advisory opinions. They're supposed to give opinions that have lawfully been through the system, the court level, the local courts, the appellate courts, and ultimately to their courts. That's how they make their rule. That's how they make their decisions. And that's essentially what they ruled is, listen, we're not going to give you an advisory opinion. And that's why they sent it back. So that doesn't mean the governor's orders are not enforceable or not lawful. They just declined to make a ruling on his request to find the constitutionality of his executive orders. That's all.
Thank you, Jim. I just find it interesting he's withdrawing from the Illinois statement. So thank you.
I think you might also want to ask yourself if the governor's orders are invalid or unconstitutional, why does the county have the right to issue the same kind of order? In any case, I believe Lyle Barons was interested in making a motion on this matter, and so I'd like to turn it over to him. So we can move forward.
Okay. The motion is as follows. The Iroquois County Board requests the Iroquois County Emergency Management Director to collaborate with local health authorities to develop a contingency plan to the governor's Restore Illinois plan to be declared invalid or unconstitutional. Okay. And that is the motion. The thinking behind it is this allows us to go through our county code book, see what we can do to help, as well as any other way so we can, it gives us a mechanism to start the ball rolling, seeing what we can do to put things in place as things reopen. Because there are some county ordinances that would be very restrictive on some of these businesses that have been closed and financially hurt them if we don't waive them. So we need to get a process where we can find what those are and then waive them.
Time to left.
Okay, the motion has been made. Is there a second?
This is Charlie Hall. I will second the motion.
Thank you, Charlie. Is there any further discussion or questions about the motion?
This is for a while. Would you read the motion one more time, please?
Okay. The Iroquois County Board requests the Iroquois County Emergency Management Director to collaborate with local health authorities to develop a contingency plan to the governor's Restore Illinois plan to be declared invalid or unconstitutional.
John?
Yes, ma'am.
Bro, I'd like to comment further. I think that is okay on its face. However, I would like to see some input from some board members and from some business people in the county, and I don't hear that in that motion. So are we talking about a committee, or what's that supposed to work?
Well, some of that would be up to the emergency management director to incorporate in his instructions to collaborate with the health department. I certainly think that he would be very likely to do that. I can't speak for him, but
But I also hear, is that including to reopen the county? With votes?
This is the starting point.
To start a plan to reopen.
Yeah.
Hello?
That's correct.
Did you hear me, Mark? This is Lyle.
No, I did not.
Okay. This would be authorizing to make a plan.
To reopen.
Yeah, well, yeah, we have to have some plan when things are reopening, what we're gonna do.
Should the governor's
Like I said,
According to,
constitutional.
according to the governor's plan then, or we're gonna wait until they decide if it's constitutional or not, is that what you're saying?
Correct.
well, as of now, with what the state attorney has said, it's my understanding that we have no legal authority to do it before that. So it would be, when that takes place, or if it's declared not to do.
That's right, well, we'll go. Well, that could be a year or so.
Mr. Chairman, may I comment?
May I comment?
Here's a moment out here, next Mr. Lyle.
Yeah.
Lyle, is
Yeah.
Jim Schauer.
Yeah.
Can we put a timeline on that so we can get this expedited as soon as possible? So we don't, somebody doesn't drag their feet and it does take 6 to 8 months, whatever.
Okay, Kevin, our emergency management director, Eric Stacy, wants to make a comment. Let's let him speak.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. All the board members able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Marvelous.
Who is this? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
This is Eric Stacy.
Okay.
One brief nuance before I get started. My technical title is coordinator, so that would have to be a quick change in the motion, if that's what the board would like to do. Moving on from that, emergency management agency and all of its plans seeks input from all of its community partners, whether that be the private industry, chambers of commerce, health departments, law enforcement, fire, 911 dispatch, you name it, because the role of emergency management agency is to pull together a collective mind to make the best decisions for all. So, if this is the direction the board wants to go, that's what I would do. Are there any questions?
Well, I guess I'll read the comment, this is file. As far as, working with the board, Eric does report to the policy and procedure committee. So I would assume that he would be working with the policy and procedure committee on this. In regards to a time limit, I think a reasonable time limit could be put on it, realizing that it will take time to search through statutes and do stuff like that, and also understanding that if things don't clear, and insight at that time. So, nothing that's going to happen tomorrow or whatever. I really agree with the work on it.
This is Mike Taggart. I'm all for if we get ruled unconstitutional, bypassing whatever rules we have to get that exclusion factor, and if that's the notion of the amendment, I guess I'll support that. But I still think that we're basically, and maybe our only legal option, but when you look at what a lot of other counties and organizations are doing throughout the state, I think it's basically we're saying we're not going to do anything, and we're just going to have to plan together. Hopefully, when someday if it's unconstitutional, is essentially what this motion is. And we don't need a plan for when that happens, but and I guess I support having a plan for when that happens. But we're basically saying we're going to do nothing. Right.
This is Joe. I don't see why we couldn't have this plan put together by Stacy and it could be presented to the as a means for him to amend his present plan in place. If there's things that he would find beneficial to us, and he sees no wrong in it. Yes, he has to rule on it, but right now, we don't have much choice. If we do anything else, it's illegal. That's all I have to say.
Hi, it's Leanne. Jim, if I understand you correctly, the legality comes in to ordering a business to open, but there's not necessarily illegality in giving some guidelines for them to reopen. Am I correct?
Like I said earlier, the board can make recommendations of how they want things to go.
Did you hear my question?
I did hear your
I
question.
did. Had left.
The board can make recommendations however you see fit.
Jim, you're not coming through.
No.
Make sure that they're unmuted, Jill. Try again. Try again.
Had left.
Leanne, I think the board can certainly feel free to make recommendations. It's just that they have no legal effect. So, you also run the risk of having mixed messages out there with businesses who have licenses with the state and having those licenses be revoked or suspended because of a mixed message sent to them by the county board saying, oh, it's okay to open because we said so, when we don't have any authority to say that. We just have to make sure that whatever the board does, it's strictly a recommendation and a wish or a hope, but it really has no legal authority to have any impact. That's what you have to be careful about.
I'm sorry, Jim, go ahead.
No, I'm done.
I think that there needs to be a timetable on this. I think, matter of fact, I will make a motion to amend the proposal here that there be a time frame that it be completed by May 28th, and that input will be sought from the community.
I think the proper way would be to ask Lyle if he wishes to amend his motion. Do you wish to do that, Lyle? Lyle Behrens?
Yes, nothing here.
Do you wish to amend your motion to include a timetable as Ms. Doobie is suggesting?
We can do that. I do not have a calendar from me, so where is the 28th in regards to policy procedure?
That's the day of the meeting.
Okay.
So the timetable probably should be the 27th, the day before, if that's the direction you want to go.
That's going to
Yeah,
be
probably.
really
So we
quick.
have to force the meeting.
Pretty busy. I'll do my best.
So,
Would it be okay, the second part of that was also to, just put it in there, that there will be input sought from the community?
I think I
Well,
do.
he's already said that would be part of his duty or how he's gonna do it. I think he should have some freedom in order to structure that.
No, I mean, the freedom, I just wanted to be included in, so I just.
I think.
not sure where the dinner, how to word that.
Yeah, if you put that in there, you're taking away his freedom to do it as he best sees fit. I think he's indicated already to us exactly how he would like to proceed, and I think that's what he should be allowed to do.
I received a lot of emails, so all the other board members, and I'm sure everyone is taking them seriously. So I think that with the way things are, it'd be nice to be able to have them all come to a public meeting, but do that now, I think, it should be incumbent on the board member to relay what they get from the public. We will definitely take that into consideration. The way things are, I don't know how to do it.
Okay, so the way it looks right now, we have the motion. With the time limit of getting it done by May 27th. Anybody have any further questions about that?
Very good.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I just, two things. One, just a comment, and, Eric, please feel free. I'd be more than happy to help you with this, and also I'd be more than happy to try to get some of those businesses that, have true concerns to give us input as to what they feel would be best for them. Second part of that is this EMA is kind of under that state umbrella as well. I realize this is just a local plan, but if we do end up implementing this, is this going to affect EMA funding, like with the health department? I think we need to just keep that in the back of our mind.
Eric Stacy here. With the way the motion is currently stated, with the little blurb in there about if the governor's Restore Illinois plan is ruled unconstitutional or invalid, then no. But if the county tries to move ahead and forces EMA to do something that is less strict than the state of Illinois' plan or rules, then yes, that would affect EMA's funding.
Okay, thank you so much, Eric. I think that we need to keep that in the back of our mind as well.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson.
Well, I don't lean up again. I don't believe it's more important than anything about some of these rules are unconstitutional. Am I correct?
I didn't catch all that. What was that?
I'm sorry, your motion did not include wording regarding if anything was ruled unconstitutional, correct?
The last line is, should the governor's Restore Illinois plan be declared invalid or unconstitutional?
I apologize.
Okay, it's 10:30 in the morning. We got a lot more business to do. I think we're at the point where we need to take a vote on this motion. So I'm gonna ask the clerk to call the roll, please.
Bowman,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Kokenauer,
Yes.
Crow,
Yes.
Doobie,
Yes.
Ducott, Paul Ducott, Hughes,
This is checking again, Paul Ducat thinks he's been muted by the system.
okay, he's still on.
All right, here it says he's still on.
Can you hear me, Paul?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Your vote?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Hughes. Steve Hughes.
Yes.
Thank you. Johnson.
Yes.
McGinnis.
Yes.
McTaggart.
Yes.
Awful. Barb Awful.
Yes.
Thank you. Sure.
Yes.
Sticknot.
Yes.
Whitlow.
Yes.
Young.
Yeah.
Zumwalt.
Yes.
Alt.
Yes.
Bard.
Yes.
Barons.
Yeah.
Okay, motion carried 19-0.
Okay, we got that done. Now we're gonna go to the next item on the agenda, which is a discussion and action on the annual list of tax bills to be voided for properties acquired by the Iroquois County as trustee.
WANDT.
These are the bills that, these are the bills that are normally presented by the county clerk to the tax committee.
John.
Okay, does everybody understand we're moving on to the discussion on the action on the tax bills?
Are you needing a motion to approve that?
Yes, we are.
This is Lyle, I so move.
Thank you, Lyle. Is there a second to the motion? Thank you, Kevin. Are there any questions or comments regarding this matter? Seeing none, we'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Bowers,
Yes.
Hokenauer,
Kokenauer, yes.
Crow,
Crow votes yes.
Doobie, Ducott,
Yes.
Hughes, Steve Hughes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Johnson,
Yes.
McGinnis,
Yes.
McTaggart, Michael McTaggart, okay. Awful,
Yes.
Sure,
Yes.
Sticknot,
Yes.
Whitlow,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Zumwalt,
Yes.
Alt,
Yes.
Bard,
Yes.
Barons,
Yes.
Bowman.
Yes.
Motion carried 18-0.
Very good. Now we're gonna move on to a discussion and action on the solar farm building permit application for of the Louis K. Trust. Mr. Bob Yergler has been patiently with us all morning, wanting to answer your questions or comments or provide you with information about this bill. This again is something that normally is brought before the zoning committee.
Sure, you want to answer a question?
Yes.
As I was reading through that, it kind of struck me, and I just wondered if perhaps going forward, we might be able to modify that some of that work might be considered to be done, or list provided for suggestions for work from Iroquois County. I noticed that even part of it's done from the Danville area, where I believe it was concrete or something. I just thought maybe if we could provide a list or somehow endorse our own workers, that might be something to think about going forward.
I guess going forward, it's something we ought to take a look at, but I believe in this particular instance, we're bound by the ordinance that's in existence at the time when the application was submitted.
Understandable, just thought maybe it would be a great suggestion to kind of help us in the future.
Okay. Does anyone else have any questions or comments on this? Yes? If there's no other questions or comments, we'll entertain a motion to approve their application.
Joe Young, Lyle. Go ahead.
Is someone wanting to make a motion to approve the application?
This is Lyle, I'll move, make that motion.
Thank you, Lyle. Is there a second?
Jed, second.
Jed Whitlow seconds. Thank you, Jed. No further questions or comments? Ms. Clerk can call the roll, please.
Kokenauer,
Kokenauer, yes.
Crow,
Yes.
Doobie,
Yes.
Ducott,
Yes.
Hughes.
Dale.
No.
Did you say no?
Hensley.
Steve, can you restate your motion or your vote?
No, I
No.
don't know, do you hear me?
Yes, I do. Thank you. Johnson,
Yes.
McGinnis, Chad McGinnis, still on? Chad?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. McTaggart? Okay. Awful?
No.
No?
No.
Thank you. Sure.
Yes.
Stignot?
Yes.
Whitlow?
Bud. Awful.
Whitlow?
Hensley.
Jed Whitlow?
Yes.
Thank you. Young?
Young votes yes.
Zumwalt?
Yes.
Alt?
All votes yes.
Bard?
Yes.
Barons?
Yes.
Bowman?
Yes.
Bowers?
Okay.
Okay. 16-2, motion carried.
With that invoice right now, all related to, because it's the local payroll statute.
Is that Chad, you might want to,
And that's what I do it.
Chad?
Scott, you need to mute your phone.
Okay.
Okay, next we're gonna move on to a discussion and action on back pay for the telecommunicators. Is Eric Raymond on the line?
Yes.
Would you care to provide any information to the board as to how all of this came about or what's involved? Who is that?
I don't know, but I unmuted.
Eric Raymond, are you on the line? Is Eric Raymond on the line?
John, if don't move to the next one on that, just on the line. I'll make that. Over that. This is your agreement. Okay.
Eric? Eric, would you please provide the board with some information regarding this back pay issue for the telecommunicators?
Okay, there are two pieces that should be before the board today. The first question of the theater staff regarding payment of the December 31st. And then
contract is actually the, be paid for as a holiday, and we went back, and the Longfellow and myself, and the sum that they had done to pay. So that is the first part of the reimbursement. The other is to our three newest hires, one who has been terminated, and the other two that are currently part-time employees. And the initial discussion that I had, that was their hire.
I think we lost you, Eric.
Right.
Has left.
Well, basically, I guess I can inject a little bit of information on this. There were some errors made, unfortunately, regarding the pay for these telecommunicators, and it's been discovered that apparently the amounts that were sent to you is what is owed to these individuals is back pay. My suggestion would be that we make a motion to correct this and pay these people and take the money out of the public safety fund. I think that's the only place we have money available to do that, and so forth. So that being the case, I would entertain such a motion.
This is Charlie Gold, I'm so moved.
Thank you, Charlie. Is there a second?
Paul Bowers, I'll second the motion.
Thank you, Paul. Is there any further questions or comments?
John Crowe, question.
Yes.
What's the bottom line? I'm looking for the total amount of what this would entail.
According to the numbers, if I added them correctly, it's $20,050.50. Did you hear me, Donna?
I did, thank you.
Okay. Is there anyone else with any questions or comments about this? Hearing none, I guess the clerk can call the roll, please.
Crow,
Yes.
Doobie,
Yes.
Ducott,
Yes.
Hughes,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
McGinnis. He's on. Chad McGinnis,
Yes.
McTaggart. I'm sorry. Awful. Okay. Sure.
Yes.
Sticknot,
Yes.
Willow,
Yes.
Young,
Yeah.
Zumwalt,
Yes.
Alt,
Yes.
Bard,
Yes.
Barons,
Yes.
Bowman,
No.
Bowers,
Yes.
Kokenauer.
Go down our no.
Okay. Motion carried 15-2.
Okay, no. The next item would be discussion and action on setting the salary of the coroner. This is something that the board is required to do at least 180 days before the election, which will be in November. You were sent some information about the wage history for our present coroner. You can see going all the way back to the year 2008, what the salary was. And then underneath that are 3 proposals. My feeling, if I'm talking with the coroner, is that proposal number 1 would be acceptable. And perhaps in view of the situation that we're in right now with the anticipated loss of revenue to the county, that might be the way to go, unfortunately, but it's up to the board to decide. So it's open for discussion and comments that any of you have.
Kevin Bowman, I'd like to make a motion that we accept proposal number 3. Difference between proposal 1 and proposal 3 is about $5, I think, a week per year. So I'd like to see, I have a motion to go with proposal number 3.
Thank you, Kevin. Is there a second?
Kokenauer here, I'll second that.
Okay.
Are there any questions or comments regarding this motion? Hearing none, the clerk will call the roll, please.
Doobie,
Yes.
Ducott,
Yes.
Hughes, he's still on. Steve Hughes,
Yes.
thank you. Johnson,
Yes.
McGinnis,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Sticknot,
Yes.
Whitlow,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Zumwalt,
Yes.
Alt,
Yes.
Bard, Barons,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Kokenauer,
Yes.
Crow.
Yes.
Motion carried 17-0.
Okay, next item is discussion and action on a resolution postponing the delinquency date interest for the first installment of property tax payments for. So this is something.
Can you repeat some of that, John? Somebody left and they did.
Next item is discussion and action on a resolution postponing the delinquency date interest for the property tax payments. Everyone was sent a copy of a resolution that was prepared by our treasurer, and we're being asked to approve that. I don't know if anyone has any questions about it. It basically means that if somebody doesn't pay their property tax until the second installment is due, they will not have to pay any penalty or interest because of that. That means the county gets their money later. I don't know how many people are gonna do that, but, that's, the downside is the delay in the county
Dr.
getting
Crowe
paid.
has a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Is this, also, included in the governor's executive orders?
I don't believe so.
This is, we're doing this as a county act?
Yes.
Okay. When are the tax bills due to go out? Just out of curiosity, what's the anticipated date?
This week. Hopefully this week.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else have any questions or comments?
2 weeks?
About the resolution? The treasurer just said the tax bills are going out in 2 weeks.
Definitely motion here with a question. I guess the way I understand this is that we're gonna waive the interest if they pay it by the second installment. If they don't pay the second installment, they get charged interest by the second installment. They get charged interest all the way down to back to the first installment. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Then I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. Is there a second to the motion to approve?
Coconut will second it.
Thank you, Kevin. Is there any further questions or comments? Hearing none, the clerk will call the roll, please.
Ducott,
Yes.
Hughes,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
McGinnis, Chad McGinnis,
Yes.
Shure,
Yes.
Sticknot,
Yes.
Whitlow,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Zumwalt,
Yes.
Alt,
Yes.
Bard,
Yes.
Barons,
Yes.
Bowman,
Yes.
Bowers,
Yes.
Kokenauer,
Yes.
Crow, Doobie. Okay,
Yes.
all right. Motion carried 17-0.
Okay, next we're gonna move on to the committee reports. Mr. Alt will present the report from the Highway Committee.
Thank you, if I can now find. Hold on a minute, I got it here somewhere. Okay, I have it, are you ready?
We're ready.
Mr. Chairman, members of the county board, your committee to whom was referred transportation and highway will take leave to submit the following report on the matters before them. Your committee met at the Iroquois County Highway Building on May 8, 2020 at 9 a.m. Members present were all Young, Hughes, Crow, Johnson, and McGinnis. John Hughes, Zumwalt was absent. Also present County Engineer Joel Moore. This with the Times Republic. The meeting was called to order. There was no public comments. It was moved by Chad McGinnis, second by Joe Young. Approved the agenda. Motion carried by a vote. County Engineer Joel opened this for the countywide striping contract. They are as follows: varsity striping, $32,322.50. Precision pavement markings, $50,792.50. It was moved by Sherry Johnson and second by Richard Anderson to approve the bid from moving in the amount of $32,322.50 pending bid tab review. The roll call vote was taken. Motion carried. 4 open bids for the Crescent Road District stockpile. They are as follows: Conrad Trucking, $55,450. Weber Trucking, $52,950. CNC Trucking, $53,100. It was moved by Young and seconded by Johnson to approve the bid from Weber Trucking in the amount of $52,950. Pending bid tab review. A roll call vote was taken. The claims and financial report for the month were reviewed. It was moved by Johnson and seconded by McGinnis to pay the bills subject to county board approval. The roll call vote was taken. Motion carried. County highway, $61. County bridge, $4,376. County matching, $18,686. TVP, $18,850. County lot matching funds, $61,646. Township matching funds, $122,253. Regarding budget concerns, McGinnis discussed articles he had and reading that state local government should prepare to have a 15 and 30% reduction in state share of taxes. McGinnis has informed how he was preparing for the lack of income. Or explained when he prepared for the budget, they were anticipating a 68% increase because of the additional motor fuel tax funds. However, he didn't include additional funds in the budget because he hadn't seen enough of the funds during budget preparation time. The state line bridge agreement from Benton County and Newton County were distributed in the committee for review. And it was moved by Steve Hughes and second by McGinnis to approve the state line bridge agreements for Benton County and Newton County. Motion carried by both police board to discuss the local public agency agreement for federal participation to use STR funds to repave 700 East Lehigh Road. The estimate cost is $1,450,000. Petition is $290,000 from matching tax funds. It was moved by McGinnis and seconded by Crowe to approve the resolution to use matching tax funds to repave 700 East Lehigh Road in the amount of $290,000.
Sally Webb.
Taken, motion carried. The HSI guardrail improvement was discussed. The estimated cost for the improvement is $1.5 million to $550,000 in county portion. It was moved by Young and seconded by Hughes to approve the resolution to use matching tax funds in the amount of $550,000 for HSIP guardrail improvement. The roll call vote was taken, motion carried. Board presented a preliminary engineering agreement for township bridge inspections. This is an annual agreement that is not exceeding $45,377. It was moved by Hughes and seconded by McGinnis to approve the annual preliminary engineering agreement for township bridge inspections not to exceed $45,377. A roll call vote was taken, motion carried. There was no new business, there was no old business, as there were no further business to come before the committee. It was moved by Young and seconded by Hughes to adjourn at 9:36 a.m. Motion carried by a vote, all of which is respectfully submitted. I offer this motion to accept this report.
We have a motion to approve the highway committee report. Is there a second?
Johnson, second.
Thank you, Sherry. Is there any questions or comments regarding the report? Are there any questions or comments regarding the report? Hearing none, the clerk will call the roll, please.
Hughes.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
McGinnis.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Sticknot.
Yes.
Whitlow.
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
Zumwalt.
Yes.
Alt. Charlie Alt.
Yes.
Bard.
Yes.
Behrens.
Yes.
Bowman.
Yes.
Bowers.
Yes.
Kokenauer.
Yes.
Crow.
Yes.
Doobie.
Yes.
Ducott. Paul Ducott. Thank you. Motion carried 17-0.
Okay, you have before you appointments. Is there a motion to approve those appointments?
Joe, I'll move.
Thank you, Joe. Is there a second?
This is Hugh Hughes, I'll second.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Appointments are approved. We'll move on to claims. You have in front of you a list of the claims, or were sent to you. In addition to those claims, we have some claims that were submitted this morning. I'm not sure how you'd like to handle them, so I'll present them to you and see what you say. The first one is from the sheriff in the amount of $108,675 for 3 squad cars. According to the supporting documents with that, these purchases were made within the last couple of days, or the last 2 days of last week. There's no information here yet as to whether the cars have been delivered or not, so I'm really not sure where we're at with that part of it. It would be my opinion that we would want to know whether, and not want to pay for the cars until we actually have them taken possession. So that's the one claim. Then we have a number of claims here from the EMA director. Excuse me, the EMA coordinator.
I mean, call me director, but give me the pay raise too.
One of them is for $59.47 for gas and oil. Another one is for $6,300 for the agreement with the iPause system. Another one is for $725.49 for some repairs and oil change on the 4x4. And the last one is for $111.82 for the cell phone. So those claims were given to me this morning in addition to what you have on your sheet.
Sorry. I have a text message from the sheriff. He has the squad cars delivered.
Okay.
He has them.
Everybody hear that?
Yeah.
He has possession. All that being said, I'll entertain a motion to the pleasure of the board in paying the claims.
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
Karen, second.
Okay, the motion is for paying all the claims that were presented today. Everybody understand that? Okay, nobody understands it or disagrees with it, I'm not sure which. We'll have the clerk call the roll.
Johnson.
Yes.
McGinnis.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Sticknot.
Yes.
Whitlow.
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
Zumwalt.
Yes.
Alt.
Yes.
Bard. Barons.
Yes.
Bowman.
Yes.
Bowers.
Yes.
Kokenauer.
Yes.
Crow.
Yes.
Doobie.
Yes.
Ducott.
Yes.
Hughes.
Yes.
Motion carried 17-0.
Next is old business. Is there any old business to come before the board this morning?
John, it's Charlie Alt.
Yes?
The Veterans Administration delayed their May 6th meeting, the annual meeting, and it hasn't set the time for a new meeting. It's the semi-annual one will be in the fall or early winter. Do I have any other news before our next meeting on this? I'll bring it forth.
All right, thank you, Charlie. Is there any other old business? Is there any new business? Under new business, I would just like to say that we are going to make every effort to have our meeting in person next month, whether it be here in the boardroom or at another location where we can practice social distancing and what have you, so that things can run maybe a little more smoothly. That being said, if there's no other new business, is there a motion to adjourn?
Sarah, almost.
Is there a second?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is there a second?
Sure.
Okay, all in favor to adjourn, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. We are adjourned. Thank everybody for your patience and perseverance this morning.
Conference recording.